Moving up on 7 a.m., we need to check the forecast now. Join meteorologist Josh Linker. And Josh, it is warm and muggy. You can tell that something is in the air. It's on the way here.
Yeah, and you know what? It's really uncomfortable, Holly, and temperatures have been way above average this morning. And we do have storms out there that'll be moving through as we go through the day. I want to start out with a look at Clystra 9 here. And we do notice the heavier showers and thunderstorms that are out in the Gulf of Mexico. We do have a little bit of light rain over the northern part of Citrus County, but those storms out there in the Gulf are pretty intense and they're moving toward the east. Now, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for Citrus, Hernando, and Pasco counties, and that means that the conditions as those storms approach are possible to see some of them become severe. Everybody else not in the watch, but we could see some strong thunderstorms, likely just below the severe limits, as we head through the rest of the morning and into the early part of the afternoon. So here's a look at the satellite imagery. Plenty of clouds out there right now, but we mentioned the temperatures. It's borderline ridiculous out there right now. 76 in Tampa, Brandon 77, 77 in Bradenton. Even in our normally cooler spots like Inverness and Brooksville, you're in the lower 70s this morning as well. Now, I'm going to be back to talk more about the forecast once this weather system moves through. It'll be cooler and much lower humidity is on the way. So if we can get through these storms today, I think you'll like the forecast for the days ahead. We'll talk more about that coming up with Weather on the Nines. In the meantime, Holly, we'll send it back to you.
They're able to get that in, though, before the rain comes our way. Certainly headed toward us. Let's check in now and see where things stand right now. Josh, later in the morning or early afternoon, we're talking for these showers?
Well, a little bit of both. It just depends upon where you are watching from, Holly. We are going to see heavy showers and thunderstorms moving through from northwest to southeast in our area, starting earliest the farther north you are. So Citrus County, you already have a little bit of light rain. This is not the main deal for you just yet. I do expect to see some thunderstorms coming in, but right now, as we look at Clystra 9, I do see the lighter rain across northern Citrus County, heavier stuff just to your north in Levy, but the really intense storm activity is out in the Gulf of Mexico. And we've been tracking this for the last couple of hours through the morning, and now we're still looking at this heavier batch about 87 miles away from the coastline. So what I'm noticing here is that it's accelerating a little bit. We do see this curve taking place, and that's an indication that we likely have some stronger wind out there. So that's what we're going to be looking at as we go through the next couple of hours as this area approaches the coast. Now, in Citrus, Hernando, and Pasco counties, formally you are under severe thunderstorm watch. That goes until 1 o'clock, but your threat will be finished before then. The rest of the area not under the watch, but Pinellas County, Hillsborough, and Polk counties, you also have a good chance of seeing some stronger storms. Manatee County, your chances are a little bit lower for intense thunderstorms, but the likelihood of rain is still there for you as we go through today. So here's the wider view of Clystra 9, and this is all settling in, and we do notice these showers and thunderstorms out in the Gulf of Mexico. Notice, however, the line is relatively narrow. That's important to the forecast because in each location today where we get the storms, it is not going to be a long duration event. So if you have outdoor plans, you can still keep them, just be prepared. There'll be a period of time, probably about 90 minutes or so, where you'll want to take those plans indoors, at least for a little while. Plenty of clouds out there right now. We have a southerly wind component out ahead of this system, and that has really pumped in quite a bit of warmth and humidity out there this morning. Look at these numbers to start out your day. 76 in Tampa, 77 St. Petersburg, Brooksville, Zephyr Hills, both at 72. 73 in Lakeland. Now the wind is coming in from the south, a recent gust at 24 miles per hour in St. Petersburg, 17 miles per hour in Clearwater right now. So the forecast today, mostly cloudy. It'll be breezy, showers and storms, some of those strong, the high of 80. Overnight tonight, we'll look for variably cloudy skies, breezy and cooler. Nice, down to 60, even 50 showing up. And tomorrow, a little bit breezy, but a terrific day if you like lower humidity. A good one out there with a high of 76 degrees. More 70s are in the 7-day forecast. We'll talk about that coming up in 10 minutes. But first, here's another look at Clystra 9.
Now, your Weather on the Nines forecast featuring Clystra 9.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here for Weather on the Nines. I'm meteorologist Josh Linker, and we have showers and thunderstorms that'll be moving through the area today. Some of those will be strong, and you might want to reconsider those boating plans around the area today with the wind increasing and the threat for showers and thunderstorms. In fact, there's a severe thunderstorm watch for our northern waters along the Nature Coast, and that goes through the early part of the afternoon. Do expect that to be dropped by later on today, but we'll say breezy with showers and storms along the Nature Coast. Perhaps by mid to late afternoon we'll be finished with the rain, but we're still going to have the wind up. That'll eventually turn from the northwest at 15 to 25 knots, so expect choppy conditions out there for today. Around Tampa Bay and the Sun Coast, breezy, showers and thunderstorms likely through the day. I would expect by very late in the afternoon we'll be finished with the rain. However, we are going to continue with the wind increasing from the northwest. So what we have in place right now is warmth and humidity. The wind coming in from the south to southwest. We've seen some pretty rough thunderstorms out in the Gulf and across North Florida. They are heading our way and continue to move through the area for today. Behind this front, we have much lower humidity. That is going to bring in a nice refreshing change by the time we head into tomorrow. This morning, temperatures started out in the low to mid, even some upper 70s. Tomorrow morning will be in the 50s in many locations. So the front will move through tonight. That lower humidity will come in, and it looks like we're going to have a fairly pleasant air mass for several days. High temperatures mid to upper 70s to around 80, with lows in the 50s to around 60 as we go through the next couple of days. So a nice change as we head into really about the middle of the week. So for today, mostly cloudy, breezy with the showers and thunderstorms coming in. They'll start sooner farther north, and by later in the day they'll be farther toward the south, and that's when we'll eventually get that drier air to come in. You won't notice the change in how things feel until later tonight. In your county-by-county forecast, a severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for Citrus and Hernando counties. The main threat with the storms today will be some strong winds, so you want to be aware of that. Stay close to Bay News 9, close to Klystra 9. Have that Bay News 9 Plus app on your mobile device. 81 for the high in Land O'Lakes, Dade City at 80. You are also under the severe thunderstorm watch in Pasco County. Breezy with showers and thunderstorms developing in Polk with high temperatures in the lower 80s today. Of course, once the rains begin, those temperatures will back off. 81 in Bradenton, 78 at Anna Maria for the afternoon high. In Pinellas County, breezy, gusty showers and thunderstorms, highs near 80. And finally, in Hillsborough County, we should still manage the lower 80s today. Showers and thunderstorms will be moving through, and then will dry out by late in the afternoon into the evening hours. Here's your 7-day forecast, and we'll notice those changes. 90% rain chance today. Tomorrow, just 76. And look at Monday. We're going to be in the 70s with sunshine. Same thing on Tuesday. Lows are going to be in the 40s in some spots, but really comfortable weather for a couple of days. By the time we get to the end of the week, another front's going to sneak in on Thursday. Not much going on with that as far as rain, but even cooler weather will come in by the end of the week. Look at that high on Friday, only 72. That's your 7-day forecast. Here's the latest pollen forecast for the next 3 days, and it is brought to you by Famous Tate Appliance and Bedding Centers. It's time now for the latest from Klystra 9.
Now, your weather on the 9's forecast featuring Klystra 9.
It is now 7:30. Good morning, and thank you for staying with us here for your morning news. I'm meteorologist Josh Linker, and we have a severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect for Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus counties till 1 o'clock today. Everybody else going to still see some showers and storms. We have a nasty line of storms out in the Gulf of Mexico here on Klystra 9, and what I'm noticing is it's getting closer as it moves toward the east. So we're now about 65 miles away from the Hernando County coast, and from Pinellas County we're looking at about 97 miles. So a little bit later for you, but we're talking about within the next couple of hours this will continue to march on toward the east. Otherwise, we just have warmth and humidity out there. Early morning temperatures here, 77 St. Petersburg, 72 Brooksville, 73 in Lakeland. Crystal River, you're at 76 degrees. And should you have beach plans today, well, you can expect breezy conditions and showers and storms rolling through. I do expect by later in the day into this evening, things will be winding down as far as the rain is concerned, but we will still have windy conditions that will be out there. The sun sets this evening at 7:49. Now, I'm going to be back with much more on the forecast. Some cooler weather is on the way. We'll talk about that with weather on the 9s, but for now, Holly Gregory has today's top stories.
But at 7:39 right now, we need to check back in with Josh and see what our forecast holds for us. We know we're going to have some storms coming in, Josh, or at least some heavy rain, maybe some storm possibilities out there as well.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have that coming through, Holly, over the next couple of hours. It's something that we'll watch. Now, if you have outdoor plans, they're going to be impacted in some way, shape, or form today with the weather. but it is not going to be an all-day event at your location, so you want to just be aware of that. So we'll start out with a look at Klystron 9, and what I'm noticing here is still the light rain over northern Citrus County, but we have this line of thunderstorms out in the Gulf of Mexico, and it's getting closer to the area. We also see a few spotty showers developing farther to the south. Now, the reason that's important is because even as this line marches on, I do expect to see a couple of spotty showers developing just out ahead of it. So you'll start to see a few of those coming in, but the main show, it's getting closer. We'll take a look at the distance from our coastline now. We're talking 63 miles from the Hernando County coast and a little bit farther away from, say, the Pasco-Pinellas County line, about 82 miles. Now, Citrus, Hernando, and Pasco counties, you are under a severe thunderstorm watch until 1 o'clock. Everybody else not under the watch, but we are going to be looking for those heavy thunderstorms coming in. So as we widen the view here of Klystron 9, we do see those showers and storms. Notice a pretty narrow line out there. So once this comes in, it is not going to be a long duration event for us. Of course, we have a lot of clouds out there right now. Expect those to be around for a time today. Southerly wind out ahead of it. But notice the drier air out toward the west, that'll come in later tonight and will actually cool things down quite a bit. Right now we're looking outside from Madeira Beach. Our view brought to you by Innovation Cabinetry. The surf getting churned up a little bit. Still mostly cloudy, a little bit of sunshine trying to show up right now. Temperature 76, really warm, humidity 89%. So the dew points have been in the lower 70s, so really sticky out there. Wind out of the south-southwest at 11 miles per hour. Other temps around the area, 77 in Brandon. Brooksville, you're at 72. Inverness at 70. Lakeland, 73. And today, we'll end up in the mid-70s to around 80, tail back a bit. I still have the thunderstorm icon on there for 5 o'clock, although we'll start to see things really winding down by then. 70 at 10 o'clock, and the temperature tomorrow morning, 60 degrees. So that's about 15 degrees cooler tomorrow morning than where we are right now. All right, we'll take a look at travel weather, and if you have those plans in the northeast, some rain now will eventually switch over to snow later tonight into tomorrow, and windy weather up and down the east coast will lead to some travel delays for today. No real delays out there this morning, still pretty early, so not really expecting to see that. Mild on the east coast for the time being. It's 52 in New York, Charlotte at 62, but it's 31 in Chicago, Minneapolis at 30, Bismarck, North Dakota at 28 degrees, Denver at 38, Las Vegas checking in at 59. Now I'm going to be back with a look at your 7-day forecast. It'll be coming up in 10 minutes, but first, here's another look at Klystron 9.
Now, your weather on the 9's forecast featuring Klystron 9.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here for Weather on the 9's. I'm meteorologist Josh Linker, and we have stormy weather on the way for today. In fact, parts of our area are under a severe thunderstorm watch from Pasco County northward. That includes you in Hernando and Citrus, and that goes until 1 o'clock this afternoon. After that, we are going to see some calmer weather coming in and some lower humidity. So, if you're making those plans, a stormy day today, then lower humidity tomorrow. So tomorrow definitely the nicer of weekend days. And then we'll have a few cooler days on the way with highs in the 70s. Lows will be in the 50s, even some 40s for some of us. And we'll iron out the details of the 7-day forecast for you in just a moment. But let's talk about what's going on now. We have a cold front that is located out toward the northwest, and here on the satellite imagery I can see those showers and thunderstorms developing with all the clouds overhead. We do have the risk for some stronger storms as this area moves in, and even though you're not in the watch in Pinellas, Hillsborough, Polk, and Manatee counties, you do still have the potential for some stronger thunderstorms as we go through time. So by this afternoon, we're going to see this area of rain overhead. Notice these arrows out toward the northwest of us. Strong northwest winds will be coming in, and that'll bring in some drier air heading into tomorrow. Tomorrow the sun will return. It's going to be cooler and a little bit breezy, but by tomorrow night the wind will relax. Some really pleasant weather conditions will be with us heading into Monday. Still mostly sunny. It looks nice with a lighter wind and some cooler temperatures on the way. Now a little more detail with the model for the precipitation today. We'll start to see those showers and thunderstorms through the morning hours in our northern counties, and as we head through time into the early afternoon, by 1 o'clock, that's when the watch will expire. We'll notice the strong storms have shifted east of our area, but we're still going to have some additional showers and thunderstorms overhead that'll go right through the afternoon and into the evening. I do expect by 5, 6 o'clock, things really starting to wind down as everything pushes on out of here in this evening. we should be looking at really just a few spotty showers left over around the area. So for today, showers and thunderstorms will be widespread and heavy with high temperatures in the lower 80s. Of course, rain-cooled conditions will be coming in. Boating's going to be tough today with breezy conditions, showers and storms. Southwest winds will switch to the northwest at 15 to 25 knots, and I am expecting choppy conditions today on Tampa Bay and the other inland waters. Your 7-day forecast is going to reveal the cooling trend that will be on the way. Again, good chance for thunderstorms today. Then look at the next couple of days, highs in the 70s. Monday looks great, a high of 77 with sunshine. But notice those lows in the 40s and 50s. And then a weak front will come in on Thursday, at least from a rainfall standpoint, just a couple of showers. But after that one, we're going to get cooler again by next Friday. That's your 7-day forecast. Another check of the weather is coming up at the top of the hour. But first, here's another look at Klystron 9.
Moving up on 8 o'clock now, and it is warm and muggy. You can feel that rain is on the way, so let's check and see where that stands now with meteorologist Josh Linker. Good morning, Josh.
And good morning to you, Holly. It does feel like rain is on the way, and your feelings have not deceived you because rain is on the way. As we start out with a look at Klystron 9 this morning, not only rain, but heavy thunderstorms will be coming through as we go through the day. There's actually a severe thunderstorm watch that has been posted for Citrus, Hernando, and Pasco counties. And now that goes until 1 o'clock today. But what I'm noticing here is some light rain in Citrus, but you're probably hearing some thunder now because these white dots that you see, those are cloud to surface lightning strikes mostly to the north and northwest of you. And that is starting to rumble in the sky overhead for you in Citrus County. So you want to be aware of that. And then a nasty line of storms out in the Gulf of Mexico is going to be heading toward the east, or continue to head toward the east as we go through the next few hours. Temperatures really warm, 77 in Tampa, 77 in Brandon, 77 in Bradenton. It is 73 in Brooksville right now, the same temperature in Lakeland. We should still manage the lower 80s for highs today before those storms come through. And then look out for those heavy thunderstorms between about mid to late morning into the mid part of the afternoon. And then some cooler weather is on the way for tomorrow. We'll talk more about that coming up, along with another look at Klystron 9 in just 10 minutes. But in the meantime, Holly will send it back to you.
But we do have some severe storm warnings out there for us, or watches. Let's find out exactly where things stand now with Josh Linker. And we definitely got to have that rain on the way, Josh.
Yeah, we definitely have the rain, and we will see the thunderstorms, Holly. And you mentioned the severe thunderstorm watch. It's in effect until 1 o'clock for Citrus, Hernando, and Pasco counties. Now, the rest of our area will still have some potential for strong thunderstorms, but you're just not under the watch at this point. Now, what that means is that the potential exists as we get some of these storms that they will reach or could reach severe limits. So it's really just a threshold, winds of 60 miles per hour. That makes a storm from a strong storm below that to technically a severe one. So we're going to be looking at some strong thunderstorms all across the area with this nasty line of storms that will be coming through. I want to take a close-up view here on Klystron 9, and what I'm noticing here is a continuation of some of this light rain that's been ongoing across northern Citrus County. Heavier stuff to your north, but these white dots here, those are cloud to surface lightning strikes. So some of them have been nearby. So you're likely hearing some thunder in the sky in Citrus County right now. And out to the west, we have a pretty rough line of storms, and this is getting closer. I'm going to draw the distance here to the Hernando County coastline, and we're about 48 miles away from the most intense stuff right now, and that is starting to pick up its forward speed at around 25 to 30 miles per hour. So that puts it along the coast within about an hour to an hour and a half. So it's going to be getting there pretty soon. And then after that, or at least as long as it lasts, then after that, we will see some drying conditions coming in. But here's a wider view of Klystron 9, and I do notice this line of storms out into the Gulf of Mexico. It's also a pretty narrow line. Intense weather won't last in your location for a very long period of time. But throughout our area today, we will be dealing with the threat for these stronger thunderstorms for a good chunk of the day. Here's the satellite imagery. We do have plenty of clouds that are overhead. A view from Crystal River showing cloudy skies. This is brought to you by visitcitrus.com, and you'll be waiting on those heavier showers to be coming in shortly. Right now it is a warm 73, humidity 94%, and at the moment the wind is calm. Here's our view from Bradenton. We do see a little bit of blue in the sky, but these clouds are moving from south to north pretty quickly. This is brought to you by Solar Shield Windows, and at the moment the temperature is 77, humidity 88%, and we have a south wind up at 13 miles per hour. It's 77 also in Tampa, 73 in Lakeland, 72 at Inverness right now. And the wind is coming in from the south, starting to pick up those gusts. Check out Clearwater out of the south, gusting to 28 miles per hour. So those strong winds are feeding this storm system that'll come in from the west, and that's one of the reasons why I believe we'll see those heavier storms throughout today. Mostly cloudy, showers and storms, breezy, the high of 80. Overnight tonight, this is when we'll see the cooler weather, drier air coming in, down to 60 for tomorrow morning's low. That'll be refreshing, and sunshine will return tomorrow. Looks like a great day. Breezy with lower humidity, the high of 76 degrees in the afternoon. Now, I'm going to be back with your 7-day forecast. We'll have that in 10 minutes, but first, here's another look at Klystron 9.